And so South Africa's semi-final heartbreak continues again in this 2023 Cricket World Cup. And it's Australia. They are going into the finals for the 8th time in ODI World Cup history. Hello everyone, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. So Australia taking on South Africa in the second semi-final of this year's ICC Cricket World Cup 2023 at the iconic Eden Gardens in KOLKATA. So it was cloudy skies in KOLKATA and Temba Bavuma, the South African skipper, he won the toss and he decided to have a bat first. But that decision proved to be too costly for South Africa because the Australian Pacers, they really loved the cloudy conditions. It was like English conditions in Kolkata, and they created havoc in the South African batting lineup. Temba Bavuma, Quinton de Kock, Rassie van der Dussen and Aiden Markram, all four batsmen went back to the pavilion with just 24 runs on the board. So South Africa were reeling at 24 for 4 inside 12 overs, and then came Henrik Klaasen and David Miller, and suddenly the rain gods opened up and there was an interruption in play. And as soon as the rain cleared up, after that it was David Miller and Henrik Klaasen who started to slowly build the partnership for South Africa, and eventually these two started playing some shots as well, and these two batsmen put on 95-run partnership that really stabilized somewhat for South Africa. But then in the run of play in the 31st over, Travis Head, he came and removed Henrik Klaasen when he was batting on 47. Then in the very next delivery, Travis Head removed Marco Jansen with a brilliant delivery which spun a lot and he was trapped, and South Africa again lost 2 wickets in a hurry. It was all up to David Miller to take South Africa to a respectable total, and then Miller and Coetzee, they started to stitch a partnership, and these two again put on a 50-run partnership. But then Coetzee went out and South Africa were in deep trouble. But David Miller, he was looking really determined at the other end, and eventually he brought up a fighting century, a much needed century for South Africa. But as soon as he crossed the century, Miller went out after scoring 101 runs. And South African tail could not contribute much, and eventually they folded for 212 runs inside 50 overs. So chasing just 212 runs to book a place in the finals on the 19th of November, Australia needed to get off to a good start. And yes, Travis Head, he gave Australia a flying start in the semi-final along with David Warner, and these two put on 60 runs in just 6 overs. I mean, it looked like as if these two batsmen were playing on a different planet. Travis Head, he looked really confident from the word go, and he was playing his shots quite freely. Then David Warner lost his wicket in the run of play, and soon Mitchell Marsh also followed without scoring a single run. Australia lost 2 quick wickets, but they were already 70 runs on the board. And after that it was Steve Smith and Travis Head who tried to build an innings, and Travis Head, he completed his well-deserved half century, and soon he lost his wicket after scoring 60 odd runs. Then Steve Smith and Manish Labuschagne tried to build a partnership, but the South African spinners, they did not give up, and Shamsi, Keshav Maharaj, they bowled really well in the middle overs and did not let Australia to get off the blocks in the middle phase. Kagiso Rabada and Marco Jansen were really expensive up front, and that did not help the South African spinners because they had a very less score to defend. Markram also bowled really well along with Tabraiz Shamsi and Keshav Maharaj, and that gave South Africa a solid 30 overs of spin in the middle. Coetzee looked really confident and he did not give an inch to the Australian batsman. And eventually, in the later phase, when Steve Smith and Josh English went out, but eventually it was Pat Cummins, the Australian skipper, and Mitchell Starc. These two ensured that there were no more hiccups and Australia cruised to victory with 3 wickets in hand and 16 deliveries to spare. And with this, Australia have defeated South Africa in the second semi-final by 3 wickets. And Travis Head was awarded the player of the match for his brilliant figures with the ball up front. 5 overs, 21 runs and 2 wickets, and then a smashing opening stand with David Warner scoring 62-run knock of just 40 odd deliveries that really gave a solid platform for Australia to chase down the total of 230. And so the semi-final too is done and dusted. Australia have booked a place in the finals for the 19th of November against India. And remember, this is the 8th final appearance for Australia in men's ODI World Cup history. And so the grand finale on the 19th of November with a capacity crowd of 130,000 people at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. I mean, it will be a thrilling contest between the 5-time world champions Australia and 2-time world champions India. So who will have the last laugh? Only time will tell. That's it for now. Thanks for your time.